If you find yourself crying over pastéis de nata, it's not because of a diabetes, it's because we hit the hardest part of the Camino Portuguese.
Living it.
So this is the day number 4 of Camino Santiago Portuguese way, and we just here in the bank of Portugal in Caminha. We walked more than 100 kilometers so far. Oof. We lived inside of this bubble, you know, inside of the magic of Camino Portuguese.
The people, the tile towns, the coastal cafes, the food that somehow feels like comfort, even if it's just bread and coffee. Portugal doesn't just host you, it charms you. Quietly, slowly, and totally. But today, the spell starts to break because this is the last full day in Portugal.
And tomorrow we cross the river to Spain.
But I have the impression that we are not just leaving Portugal. We are leaving behind something that we didn't know we loved.
And much more.
The Coastal Camino starts before you even step outside. You wake up and you can already hear it. The wind, the ocean, like the Atlantic is doing warm-ups. And that's the first thing this route teaches you. Out there, the ocean isn't scenery, it's a character. Some mornings it's gentle, calm and waves. You've got this energy. Other mornings it's wind in your face, sands in your shoes, and your hood flapping like a sail you'd ever ask for. So here is the practical move on the coastal days. Don't overthink the whole stage. Just set yourself up well. Tighten the straps. Keep one snack somewhere you can reach without unpacking the whole life. And check the weather, not for fear, for strategy. Because on the coast, wind can matter more than rain. Then you step out, feel the air, and you accept it. You don't get to choose the mood on the day, you get to meet it. When the Camino does that thing, it always does. 1 minute you're just walking, and the next you're in a fifa, surrounded by flowers, like a route is trying to soften you on purpose. And here comes the most dangerous sentence on the coastal way. This stage looks easy. It's flat, it's open, it's beautiful, so you speed up without noticing. But flat doesn't not mean easy. Flat just means your mind has more room to talk. So we use the coastal way rhythm. Walk a little and pause a little. Sometimes a pause is a cafe, sometimes it's a weird little restaurant you didn't expect. And sometimes it's a bridge, when you stop for 10 seconds and let your legs reset before you start complaining. You see the practical tip that the towns on the littoral appear like checkpoints. Don't gamble on the next one. If you see a place open, top up water, grab something small, because the wind can quietly turn a cute day into a long day. Then we roll into Vila Praia de Âncora. Out on the coastline, everything opens up. Sea on the one side, that big horizon, the little flashes of wildlife that make your pause mid-sentence. And this is where the coastal way does its real work. When your body isn't fighting steep climbs, your mind starts unpacking. You get long stretches of footsteps, wind and waves. And the occasional cyclist who appear out of nowhere, and in that quiet, everything comes up. Old worries, old memories, that one awkward conversation from 2017. So here's the practical rule we swear by on days like this. Walk a speed you could hold while talking. If you're breathing like you're late for a train, you're going too fast. Because the coastal way is not about conquering terrain, it's about letting repetition soften you. And a quick thank you to Camino Maps. It's a free app that's been accompanying us on this Camino. Because if the Camino gives you one thing every single day, it's choices. With the Camino Maps app, you can see full trail live, including all the variants, so switching between coastal, littoral and central actually makes sense. You can search accommodations by town, check ratings and reviews, and contact places directly. You can also build your day-by-day stage plan inside the app, see distance and elevation, and use a live distance counter so you always know how far for the next stop. And if you're stuck on where to sleep, It even gives you suggestions. So if you want the Camino that feels less stress and more I've got this, the link is in the description, or download it on the Apple Store or the Google Play. And you know what? The best part of it, it's totally for free. And suddenly the Camino gives us people again. We meet another pilgrim and it's such a small moment, but it changes the whole day. Because Portugal has this quiet kind of hospitality that gets under your skin. Not loud, not performative, just human. A nod, a smile, a bon camino that feels like it's actually meant. And here's the practical tip people don't say enough. If you need a break, take it inside the town. Town breaks recharges more than roadside breaks. Water, bathroom, damp if you want one, 5 minutes sit. 2 minutes of being around life again. Because connection is fuel too. And this is where it gets dangerous. Sometimes, somewhere between the cafes and the kindness, we stop feeling like it's visiting and we start feeling like we belong. Which is a problem, because tomorrow we leave Portugal. And then we arrive in Caminha, the festival time. Music, people, movement. It's like walking into party while you're still in pilgrim mode, still smelling like sunscreen and effort. And honestly, it's kind of perfect, because it highlights what Portugal has been doing to us. Portugal doesn't just feed you, it welcomes you. And now, because tomorrow is Spain, everything today becomes a last. Last Portuguese coffee, last Bon Camino echoing down the street. Last time we pretend we can read the menu fluently, and the last time this language is a soundtrack of the day. And here's the practical side of Caminha when it's busy. Don't fight the crowds, work around them. But also, let yourself enjoy it for a minute. Because this is the weird Camino magic. You arrive exhausted and somehow a town celebration makes you feel alive again. And then it hits. This is the last full day in Portugal and we're not handling it like normal adults. We're acting like Portugal is our ex. And then you leave the noise and then Caminha changes face. You walk the silent part next to the river, next to the wall. And it's like the whole day exhales. This is where we feel tomorrow waiting. Because borders feel bigger on foot. On the map it's a line. Here it's a mood shift that you can sense approaching. And if we have to be practical about it, we prepare tonight, not tomorrow morning. We check the crossing plan, you know where you need to be, you charge your phone, you put your passport and credentials somewhere easy to reach, and keep the snack accessible. You see, tomorrow is a transition day, so tonight we make it simple. And as we walk by the river, something else happens. The coast makes you honest. Water beside you has a way of stripping performance. The ocean doesn't care how spiritual we are. It doesn't care how strong we look. It just moves. So if we're tired, we're tired. If we're emotional, we're emotional. And if we're quiet, oh yeah, we're quiet. And suddenly we understand why we feel strange today. We didn't just went through Portugal. Portugal walked into us. That's why living starts before you leave.
So tonight we pack our bags, right? But not everything fits in.
Yeah. How do you pack the smell of grilled sardines?
How do you pack the...
Bon Camino!
How do you pack the welcoming open arms of Portuguese letting you into their home?
You don't. You carry it.
So tomorrow we're gonna cross that river. But I don't think it's just the border. It's the end of the Portugal and start of something we can't name yet.
So we walk.
With the pastel de nata, half in love and half in goodbye. But following the steps. Oh shit! Oh, Camino! It's the Camino.